This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store. Delighted today to be joined by Joshua Buatsi here on a nice, I guess, Wednesday evening for me. Sorry, Tuesday morning for yourself. Yeah, how's things, mate?
Yeah,
Deep into camp?
yeah, not bad, man. I think maybe 6, 7 weeks out, but it's all good, bro. Like you said, it's the morning, so I just woke up not too long ago, but it's straight on the Zoom call for the interview. But I'm good, man. Camp's good.
Yeah, good to hear, mate. I'm glad. How was it, I guess, preparation been like for this one? Because I'm sure you had heard about the fight for about quite a while now. So, and it was announced for quite a long time. So, like, how have you sort of found the anticipation where, the press conference was in June for a fight that was sort of 4 months down the line? Has it been sort of a little bit easier, I guess, when you can get sort of preparations are a little bit sort of smoothed out?
Yeah, it's been quite different, but I think the main thing, if you ask a lot of fighters, was the promo. Doing the promo for this fight was boy, I was like, we're boxers, we're not here being
Yeah.
actors, but that's what we had to for those 2 days. But it was a good experience, something totally different. And when it comes out, I think everyone will see what I think is going to be sick. But that's the only different thing about it. But other than that, same old. Um, like you said, the fight was announced months out before, so we've got that out of the way now. So all that's left now is fight week and the fight night.
You mentioned there about the promo. Yeah, we've seen some great promos previously from the trailers and this and that. Was it something you enjoyed, I guess?
Yeah, it was. There were long days. I can't lie to you, there were long days. But it's something that they told us was going to happen. I think a month before, a month and a half. So we were given the heads up. But yeah, it was totally different. But did I enjoy it? I did. I did. Like I said, it was just long days, bro. But for how it's gonna look, I think it was worth it for sure.
Definitely, for sure. And obviously taking on Willy Hutchinson. And I think at the start of the year, if someone said, towards September time, you'd be fighting Willy Hutchinson, or Willy Hutchinson would be in that conversation, I don't think anyone really would have believed them. So I guess what is it like, I guess, facing him who I'm sure wasn't really in the light heavyweight picture at the world scene towards the start of the year. So he's got obviously a good win in April, then a good win against Spider. So yeah, an interesting fight on the 21st September.
No, definitely. It wasn't someone that was in the radar at all, in my radar, anyways. But like you said, a good win against Spider put him in the picture, and it's someone that I'm like, okay, cool. We got to deal with. So that's who I've got next. But yeah, that definitely wasn't on the radar. It's no secret that the yard fight was what was being anticipated, should I say? So this one came out, and it was a good opportunity, a good offer, so we took it.
Just touching on that yard fight there, actually, and where you see Boxer and Sky, obviously your promoters doing a show in Croydon, where you've lived a predominant amount of your life and not being involved and not being on that show. So how bittersweet, I guess, was to see that.
What that they did a show in Croydon.
No. For you not to be fighting on the show,
Which one?
the Crystal Palace one.
Oh, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's cool.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, that was that was bro, I was so disappointed, man, because like you said, that's in the area, bro. Like we grew up in those areas. That's local. That's to call everyone and say, yo, I'm fighting at Crystal Palace Stadium. Boom. Everyone knows where it is. There's no complications about it. So to have had a big fight there, that would have been for me, but that would have been a massive dream and a massive tick in the box. But yeah, it didn't happen. Bro, you know what it is? I'm over it. So when you said it, I didn't
yeah,
even peep what you was
yeah,
talking about. But yeah, that would have been sick, man. That would have been
yeah.
sick.
No, that's completely fair enough. And I guess going back onto Willie Hutchinson, what did you make of his performance against Craig Richards? Obviously, a guy that you fought. Um, how did you sort of what did you make of it?
He boxed well. I even said to him, I think he dealt with Spider better than I did.
Okay,
Of course, I Spider, I think maybe 2 years ago, something like that. But a Spider 2 years ago to the Spider that we saw the other day wasn't the same. Um, but he dealt with Spider quite well. And it was quite impressive as well. So I don't, I'm not like gonna be fake about that. I was like, bro, you beat Spider better than I did. You actually did well. So I give him the credit for that.
okay, that's interesting because I was good about to ask you. My next question would be like, do you think that it's a fair measuring stick that people could use going into the fight, saying, look how Buatsi done against him, and then look how Hutchinson done against him. And if you say yourself that you feel like Willy done better, than sort of, it was a better performance. Obviously, timeline is a key factor in that. But do you think sort of it's interesting how people will play a measuring stick with both of your fights against Spider?
Bro, it's inevitable. I mean, we've both boxed the same guy, so it's inevitable. And people would definitely say, do you know what? What do they have in common? Oh yeah, they boxed Spider. How did they both do? So it's inevitable. And they can have that judgment. But the best thing is that in September we get to settle it. So yeah, it's inevitable though, man.
Obviously, a lot on the line with it being the WBO interim light heavyweight title. But the most special occasion for yourself is obviously boxing at Wembley Stadium. And you're not too shy away from the stadiums. Obviously, having two early pro fights at both on AJ undercards before at the Principality in Wales, and obviously boxing at MSG on obviously another AJ undercard. But how does that all compare for yourself? Obviously, ideally, you want to be in like main event spots, and that's amazing for yourself. But when you box at these stadiums, how do you find that whole experience? Obviously, now on September.
I mean, it's there's two sides to it. One side is like it's not another fight. Like the venue doesn't matter. It's another fight. It's just another important fight that I need to get on top of. And the other side is I could never take it for granted for having these opportunities, having these experiences, having these moments where years to come I could talk about it. So that I don't take for granted. But really and truly, the venue doesn't matter. It's what's at stake that matters. And that's kind of what I focus on. But like I said, it's a two-way thing.
Okay. I guess for yourself as well, where you've had so many experiences of your boxing career, boxing, not only boxing all around the world with GB, boxing at the Olympics, and as you say, I know you said there's a job to do, but part of it is special. So do you find it easy then to toe that line of appreciation, but also understanding the work to do as well?
Yeah, the work to do gets you there. And when you do that work to get there, you can go through that moment, and then after we can appreciate it. We could talk about it after, you know. But for now, it's about concentrating, getting the job done, and then in a few months' time, like I say, you know what? We boxed at Wembley Stadium again. It was sick. We won. We did this. We did that. But for now, the mindset is getting the work done to go there, so that it can be a good experience to talk about. Boxing in Wembley is great, but you want to sit back and say, I boxed in Wembley and I won. So that's the mindset right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mentioned Rio there, and obviously you boxed in the Olympics, and we've got Paris 2024 going on now with GB and Lewis Richardson boxing in about an hour and a half's time. And when you see obviously Olympics going on, does it bring you back good memories from when you was in all that setup?
No, it does, Lou. And I sent a message to the Olympic team. And in a message, I said, look, Brazil, when I went to my Olympic Games, that changed my life. Before Brazil, I remember how my life was. My life was a certain way. Well, since I come back from Brazil, life's been different. So the Olympic Games is the biggest event in the world, but it's also the biggest opportunity you can get to change your life. And for me, that's exactly what it did. So I wish them well. And yeah, good luck to all the competitors, man. It's a massive opportunity to change your life and your family's life.
Definitely. And I think the big thing about this Wembley card, obviously, that you're boxing on is everyone working together. We obviously see on the top table Kalle Sauerland, Ben Shalom, Eddie Hearn, and Frank Warren all together on that table at the press conference. Obviously, being previously a matchroom fight, is there any sort of is it a bit awkward, like sort of boxing, I guess, under a matchroom show again, and sort of being on the table and seeing Hearn and that? Like it's almost like sort of an ex-girlfriend, I guess. Is it a bit awkward like that?
Nah, bro. I'm there to fight, to do what I gotta do to concentrate on myself and to carry on and to move on. Um, you can't control who is at these events, who you see, who you don't see. So that doesn't even cross my mind, bro. Of course, I might see someone that I used to work with, my old promoters, the old team, whatever it is, but we just keep it moving. So it doesn't cross my mind, bro.
No, that's fair enough. And last couple from myself. And I know you're not going to look past Willy Hutchinson, but I'm sure it's always going to be a question that you'll get asked until the day that you fight. Is obviously Anthony Yarde. There's a lot going on at the moment with himself, but this being a WBO interim title, if you could pick, sort of, say, you get past Hutchinson, if you could pick, are you going to wait for the winner of Beterbiev Yard, or is it, sorry, Beterbiev Bivol, sorry, or is it a Yard fight, Jeremy? Like if you had any preference.
Bro, I think after a fight, it's what happens to the belts next. If I can be next in line, that'll be the next fight I'd prefer. If there's something else going on and the yard fight's available, that's what I'll take next. So I think it's a good position, but as you know, got to get this one out of the way, bro.
Definitely. I just wanted to get your reaction to a couple of months ago. Anthony Yarde went on a podcast actually with Vidal Riley, and he made numerous comments about a fight with yourself. And he said, globally, my name is a lot bigger than Buatsi, but in Britain, they're trying to seem like it's equal. And they were talking about how, in that fight that Vidal is not 50-50 and sorry, not Vidal, Yarde is a massive A side in that fight. To hear that, I guess, and the situation going on, what would you make of them comments?
It's self-explanatory, bro. A side, B side, or whatever it is. Look at the position that I'm in. And just because things are not necessarily going well for him, I'm not gonna like magnify it and say, look at this and look at that. Bro, I don't care about stuff like that. Right now, this is the position that I'm in. I'm not here to talk bad about anyone else's life, their career, whatever it is. Opinions are opinions. If they think they're the A side, cool. But right now, we look at it, we look at the current rankings, who's in what position. It's self-explanatory, bro. We got to do research and look out for it. So whatever opinion someone has, or whether Yard thinks he's the A side or whatever it is, that's on him. End of the day, I'm fighting for the interim, so that's what's next.
Definitely. Well, as always, Josh, I appreciate taking time to speak to you. It really, really means a lot. And yeah, all the best on 21st September, mate. And I'm sure it'll be an exciting
Appreciate it,
night
bro.
and for yourself as well. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you.